look at the size of that buck. He's 25 yards away. You guys absolutely love hunting unlimited almost as much as I do, and because of that, we're going to head back out there today and do some more whitetail and mule deer hunting. Now, I know we already took down a couple of good bucks. Don't get me wrong, there are some nice bucks, but they weren't anywhere near what the potential giants are that actually live on this land. Now, this time, I want to try and do something a little bit more difficult. Try and do something that I've never actually done before on Hunting Unlimited 2010, or any vintage hunting games for that matter, and that is we're going to be trying to hunt a giant whitetail and a mule deer with the Recurve bow. Now, I've never done this before, so I can assure you it is not going to be easy. It's not going to be one of those quick videos where we find a buck, draw back, and shoot. No, this is going to be the real deal. Now, we can only take up to maybe like a 25-yard shot. I really don't want to take past that, but it is possible. I've been practicing a little bit, but now this target right here is only 20 yards away, so you're going to see just how hard it is to actually hunt something with this Recurve. There's a little kind of pin, I guess, right there, but that's only basically 20 yards. So anything further than that or anything closer than that, we're going to have to kind of judge and aim a little bit higher or lower. It's going to be very difficult, but we'll probably have to hold right about there. Yeah, that's pretty much where we have to hold. That's 20 yards, but we still have to hold a little bit high, which is right there. Okay, we're pretty consistent, so at least that's good. So this is 28 yards here, and you can see we'll try for a shot.
Nice shot.
That was actually a pretty good shot, but look how high I'm aiming right here. We're basically 30 yards. I'm basically using the tip of the broadhead blade right there on the top, but then I'm holding right. So we have to compensate for that and then take the shot. It's not going to be easy. I would rather have like a 20-yard shot if at all possible. So let's see if we can't make this happen. Okay. There's wolves out here? I would not want to be in the woods with a Recurve and a wolf, I'll tell you that. But I think we're ready. So I think we're gonna head back to the Rocky Mountains because I saw a couple of good muley bucks out there, and there's some really good whitetails as well. I think we're gonna start on the east end this time, way over here by this river. We'll have the Recurve bow, of course, with us. We'll have the tripod. We'll have the deer grunt, and yeah, pretty much that's it. So we're gonna see if we can't get close enough to take one down with the Recurve bow. All right, guys, welcome back to the Rocky Mountains. Today we're gonna try and find some big whitetail and hopefully some big muleys. Now we're talking at least like a 150 plus, maybe 200 whitetail. Same thing with a muley. So let's get out here and see if we can't find something cool. We got a couple of deer out there. Looks like we got a muley buck right out in the middle. That's going to be like a 130, 140s buck. He's a decent buck, but just not quite what we're looking for. We're looking to break that 180 plus mark, and he's not quite going to cut it. We got a couple of does out here as well. Got 2 does out there and 1 buck. So I think we're going to hold off on him for now and see if we can't find ourselves something a little bigger. There we go. We got 2 beautiful muley bucks out here. The one on the left right there is definitely going to be the bigger of the 2. But we have a decent wind, so I'm trying to shift over to the left a little bit more. And we should be able to get in position for him to either walk past us, or maybe we'll put out a couple of calls and hope that he comes past. But either way, that's a giant buck right there. What I think we might do though is tuck in this brush right here and kind of hope that they keep on coming this direction. There they are, right there. Here they come. The one in the back is the big one. Wow. That's a giant muley buck right there. You know what I think we might do? I think we might actually put out a call. It's hard to tell what we should do at this point, because if they keep on coming this way, we really don't want to do anything. Okay. So we actually decided to set up a tripod here, and it's a pretty good thing that we did, because as we did that, the other smaller buck trotted off that way, and the big buck is sitting right here, about 130 yards out from us. And not only that, we really didn't have a spot where we could see very good. The only spot we had was down there, and you really can't see when you're low to the ground like that. I would much rather be up in the air, elevated, especially if you're archery hunting, which is what we're trying to do right now. We have the Recurve in slot 1 here, and we're going to need a pretty close shot. I can take out to like a 30-yard shot. That's pretty much maximum what we're trying to go for here. But he's kind of calm there, just sitting out there at about 130 yards, feeding, working his way in right towards us here. So we'll just be calm, put out a call maybe like every 5 minutes or so, and let him keep on wandering by nice and calm. Wow, that's a beautiful muley buck though. That's definitely bigger than the one we got the other day with the 6mm bolt action rifle. This guy here is probably gonna break, I don't know, like 190, 200 score or something like that. Okay, guys, here he comes. He's only 87 yards out right there, coming right towards us. Oh, don't turn that way. Come on, turn back. For some reason, he decided to turn around and go back the opposite direction, but it's really odd because he was coming in perfect. Maybe he's scared of the tripod? I don't know. Well, we decided to put the sneak on him, and he's out there about 95 yards out from us here, kind of out in the open. But what we're trying to do now is work our way around this ridge here, and I think we're going to try and sneak up on top of that hill, go prone, and try and get within about 30 yards from this giant muley buck here. It's not going to be easy, but I think we could definitely make it happen. Just keep an eye on him. Once he looks at us, we got to freeze. Okay, we're going low. We're going low. We're making our move. We're making our move. Oh, hold on. What's happening? What's happening? It looks like he's actually coming back this way now, finally. He's only 60 yards out right there. We got a good wind. Let's get ready. No, 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 no. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Just take your time. Nice and slow. Oh, there he is. Did he get about 10 yards closer to this giant buck? Watch the wing. Watch the wing. 35 yards. About 30 yards out right there, guys. Come on. Come on. He's 20 yards away. He's 20 yards away.
That's a long
Oh my
shot.
god, we smoked him! Huge muley buck is just smoked! No way! He's down. That's the first ever big buck I've taken in this with the recurve bow. Holy! We just snuck up to 20 yards away and smoked him. Let's go take a look. Oh my god. I thought he was actually closer to 30, but then when I saw the 23 pop up, I thought, okay, he is definitely in range. We gotta draw back. That was one of the longest hunts, but an absolute giant muley buck there. We centered him as he was walking, probably caught liver in the back of the lung, honestly, but we definitely smoked him. Let's take a really cool picture of this thing. Holy. 20.7 yards out with the bow right there. All right, let's pick him up, guys. Let's pick him up. Man, what a rush that was. So we initially spotted that buck. Let me show you. We were right over there about 150 yards out. We were calling from a tripod, which I had set up, and I was hoping that that buck would continue on coming in. In fact, there was actually two bucks. One buck, well, they were both standing right here, and they started working their way this way, and then all of a sudden, well, basically what happened is the one buck, the smaller of the two, decided to trot off to the west side over there, and the bigger buck kind of stayed up in this thick woods here, and he actually looped back around. He didn't want to come into the tripod. I don't know if it's because we were in the tripod or what, but anyways, we decided to actually use this woods for our advantage. We snuck up through there, came across this field here, belly crawled all the way to 23 yards out from that giant muley, and we just smoked him with a recurve bow. I can't believe we just did that. That buck is gonna score 157.39. That's an absolute giant muley buck, and let's head back to the lodge here and take a look. We took him with the recurve bow at 20 yards out, and that's our biggest buck we've taken with the recurve bow right there. Not only that, that's even bigger than our buck that we took yesterday with the 6mm bolt action rifle, so that's kind of incredible. The fact that we took down a giant muley with the recurve bow. You can see we hit him right there. I don't know if there was an exit hole. No, it doesn't look like it. Sometimes there actually is an exit hole, but in this case here, the recurve didn't have enough penetration to be able to penetrate through and to have an exit hole there. But what a beautiful muley buck right there. Wow. Let's put him in our trophy lodge. Ooh, that's a decent whitetail buck. I don't know how big he is though. He's not a giant. I mean, he's a good one. He's like the one we got yesterday, a beautiful buck, but I'd like something a little bit bigger than that, especially the fact that we're trying to take him down with the recurve bow. We got another deer out there. I think that might be a doe. Looks like we have 2 does and a buck right out there. We just spotted a huge whitetail buck. He's actually trotting up over that ridge right there. Ooh, we have a bad wind though. I think if we tuck underneath this tree here, maybe we could wait for him to calm down and then try and call him out to this opening here. I don't know if it's gonna be possible or not. A lot of these whitetail are very, very spookish, especially these big bucks. I accidentally hit the moose collar and the whitetail buck grunted back. I guess he liked the rattle sound. I don't. There he is. He's 90 yards out right there. He's got a super, super wide rack on him. That's a great buck. Beautiful whitetail buck. Actually might be a 14-point buck. We have a pretty good wind. So if he calms down and loops around, we might be in a pretty good position sitting here. Alright, let's actually slide over a little bit. Okay, I think we're gonna try and get a little bit closer to him. We have a good wind, so we're just gonna ease our way towards him and try and get as close as we can. There he is, I see him, I see him. He's right there. He's about 60 yards out. Right there, he's 60 yards out. Again, we're gonna want to call just to keep him interested. Okay, guys, I see him. He's 30 yards out. He's in range. He's in range. He's right there. Oh my god. Look at the size of that buck. He's 25 yards away. He's in range. He's definitely in range. 24 yards. We're gonna draw back.
Good vital.
We got him! We dropped him. Hit a little bit high. But you know what? We dropped him. I'll take it. Oh. When they're that close and you're full draw, you don't have a ton of time to think of where you should actually aim and where you shouldn't aim. And what we did there was incredible because we dropped him right on the spot. Beautiful whitetail buck. Let's take a picture of that thing. Alright, that's what I'm talking about. Actually, I can't even see him. That's not good. Let's try and get... There we go. Much better. Still kind of hard to see, but that's going to look really cool just like that right there. We got him at 20 yards out, 20.1 yards out with the recurve bow. That's a giant whitetail buck. Let's pick him up and see how big he's going to be. He's going to score 115.64. Welcome back to our trophy lot for the second time today, and this is our giant whitetail buck that we just snuck up to 20 yards out and took down with the recurve bow. He weighed 237 pounds and he's going to score 115.64. Beautiful whitetail buck there. Now let's move to the trophy room, and I want to find out. Okay, this is what I wanted to find out. This is the buck we got yesterday. We took him with a 6mm. He scored 88.3, and the buck that we got today scored 115.64, so almost 25 points bigger than the buck that we get yesterday, and we got him with the recurve bow at 20 yards away. We dropped him right in his tracks. A perfect spine shot there, and that is awesome. Man, I just spotted a pretty good whitetail buck back over here. Now I couldn't see him the greatest. All I could see was the one side of his rack, but that side looked pretty incredible. Now, he just grunted over here, so we put out a couple of calls. There he is. He's not really as big as I thought. He's got a decent rack on him, but looks like only one side actually has some pretty good potential. The other side... Alright guys, we got another really nice whitetail buck here. He's about 38 yards in front of us here. Now there actually might be 2 bucks because I didn't even see this buck before. There's 2 bucks, there's 2 bucks. There's 2 bucks right on top of us. If we can get 10 yards closer, we can take that one in the front. I didn't even see that buck. All I saw was one in the back at first. That's why I thought he was a nice buck, but that's a beautiful buck. Gotta get closer though. Okay guys, he's 28 yards away. We're gonna get a little bit closer. I think we're gonna take the shot. Oh, that would have been perfect. Started walking.
Good vital
Perfect
hit.
shot! We smoked him! He's going down. We could actually probably double up. Actually, yeah, we could probably double up. Let's stay calm. Let's get ready, let's get ready, let's get ready. Come on, stop. Oh
Good
my god,
vital
another
hit.
perfect shot! We just doubled up! That buck has an incredible rack on it. Did you see that? Oh, that rack is so cool. Man, we just doubled up with the recurve, and I think that's probably as big as they get here. Well, let's take a look. But look at that shot placement there. It looks like we just missed the heart. Man, tucked it in there perfectly. Beautiful whitetail buck. Let's take a really cool picture of this thing. Wow.
That is an awesome sight.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? 22 yards away. You know what? We need a better picture than that. Let's crouch down. Actually, that's going to look really good right there. We're going with that. Awesome. I like that a lot. Okay. So many different buttons to press here. Let's tag our buck. Heck yes, we got him. Hey, let's go over here now and find our other buck. He didn't go too far. I saw him running off this way. We got some pretty good blood right here. He was standing right here at about 25 yards, and we got tracks. If you look closely here, you can see the tracks right there heading to the north side up here. So we should be able to find some more blood if we're looking carefully. We got blood right here. Good blood. Right here. He was heading this way. Which way did he go next? We got another set of deer tracks right there. And some more blood right there. There he is down. There he is down. Right there. Our second buck down right here. Man, it's kind of difficult to track him in this, but we found him laying right here. This buck's actually a really cool looking buck. He's kind of like a non-typical because the one side has a drop tine and the other side has kind of a typical rack. Anyways, let's take a picture of this really cool whitetail buck here. And fortunately for us, we can definitely take another whitetail buck down right here. So let's take a really cool picture. Actually, I don't mind that right there. Wish I could pick up his rack a little bit so we can see him a little better. But you know what? That's going to be a 21-yard shot and another beautiful whitetail buck right there. So yeah, actually,
that is an awesome sight.
Actually, I kind of like it like that. So I think we're gonna go with that for now and take a really cool screenshot. Yeah, it's gonna be really cool, just like that. And let's tag it.
I better stop shaking.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm shaking. Don't worry. So let's pick him up and head back to the trophy lodge and go take a look at all three of our beautiful whitetail bucks, two absolute giants. There we go. 2 shots fired, 2 beautiful whitetail, a 109 scoring and a 97 scoring whitetail buck there, 100%. Let's head back to the lodge. Man, here we are. That was an incredible walking shot. It actually was a walking shot at 22 yards out with the recurve bow, and he was actually quartering away quite a bit. Take a look at how far he was quartering there, and we tucked in there beautifully with the recurve. But this is the buck I was telling you about. He has a really interesting looking rack. The one side, he's like a big 4-corner on the one side, and then he's a 8-pointer on the other side. So if he had both racks the same, he'd be a really good buck. But either way, he's still a good buck, and he's very unique in my books. You know what? 97 whitetail buck is not a bad buck. Not bad indeed. And then this buck here is one that we absolutely just smoked. Take a look at that shot. That's a heart shot. I mean, you got to tell me this right now. Is that not a heart shot? Anybody that hunts in real life Tell me that that's not a heart shot right there. Quartering away, tucked it right in the armpit, maybe about 3 inches below the bottom of his belly there. What a beautiful shot, and an absolute giant whitetail buck. Wow, that was awesome. That was awesome. What a heck of a hunt this has been. It's very, very difficult to hunt with the recurve bow. You have to have a ton of patience, you have to practice all the time, and you have to just kind of know when to move in close. You have to pay attention to the wind. There's so many different factors you have to pay attention with this. I've tried this several different times, and it usually never turns out. I usually have to take like 35, 40 yard walking shots, and it just doesn't work out. But today, it worked out amazing. We took down a giant muley buck and a monster whitetail buck. Anyways, that's going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.